Have you ever wondered why some people seem unshakable no matter what life throws at them? How do they maintain calm, focus, and emotional strength even in the face of adversity? What if I told you the secret to mastering your emotions has been written down for centuries? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, has stood the test of time, offering practical wisdom for emotional control and resilience. In 2026, these Stoic principles are more relevant than ever. Let's dive into the top 5 Stoic quotes that can help you build unshakable emotional control. 1. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. This powerful Stoic quote highlights the fundamental principle of focusing on what is within your control. Too often, we allow external events, like traffic jams, difficult conversations, or unexpected changes, to influence our emotions and reactions. However, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that true strength comes from recognizing that we hold the power to control how we respond to these external circumstances. Instead of allowing external events to dictate how we feel, we can choose to take ownership of our thoughts and actions, which shifts us from a reactive to a proactive mindset. By adopting this perspective, we stop seeing ourselves as victims of our environment. Instead, we realize that we are active participants in shaping our emotional experiences. When challenges arise, this mindset encourages us to pause and reflect before reacting, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to stay grounded, composed, and in control. Mastering this habit of mental control doesn't require perfection. It only requires awareness and consistent practice. Each time you choose to control your response, you take back your emotional freedom, ensuring that you are no longer at the mercy of your circumstances. This shift in perspective builds resilience and empowers you to approach life's challenges with strength and calmness, no matter how difficult the situation may be. 2. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. How many times have you imagined a worst-case scenario that never came to pass? Seneca's quote reminds us that we often create mental suffering by projecting fear and anxiety into the future, even when there is no evidence to support it. Our minds tend to inflate potential problems, leading us to suffer unnecessarily. When you focus on the present moment and avoid the tendency to overthink, you drastically reduce the stress and anxiety that we self-generate. Often, the fear of something happening is worse than the actual event itself, as it's fueled by our imagination. This wisdom encourages you to stop dwelling on hypothetical outcomes and instead address challenges only when they arise. By adopting this mindset, you free yourself from the burden of worrying about things that may never happen, allowing you to maintain your mental clarity and emotional stability. When you find yourself spiraling into negative thoughts about the future, remember that your imagination isn't always an accurate predictor of reality. Focus on what's real, and you'll find yourself more at peace with what's happening in the moment. With practice, you'll learn how to separate your thoughts from the situation itself, reducing unnecessary emotional suffering. 3. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Epictetus. Epictetus' profound wisdom teaches us a powerful truth. Life's challenges don't define us. Our response to them does. This simple shift in mindset can be transformative, allowing you to take control of your emotions instead of being a passive participant in your own life. While we may not be able to control every external event or the actions of others, we always have the ability to choose how we perceive and react to those situations. For instance, when a project at work doesn't go as planned, you can decide to let frustration take over, or you can choose to view it as an opportunity to learn, adjust, and improve. The power of choice is yours, and it's in your hands to decide whether setbacks will derail your progress or drive you forward. This Stoic approach fosters emotional resilience. It teaches that setbacks aren't failures, but essential stepping stones in the human experience. By shifting your focus to how you respond, you begin to realize that you have the power to turn challenges into opportunities for growth. Instead of letting a tough situation pull you down, ask yourself, how can I respond to this in a way that leads to growth? By making thoughtful choices in moments of adversity, you empower yourself to remain calm, focused, and composed, even when things feel out of control. Your ability to manage your emotions in difficult situations will not only strengthen your mental toughness, but will also set you on the path to lasting success. 4. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius delivers one of the most empowering perspectives on facing challenges. Rather than seeing obstacles as setbacks, Stoicism encourages us to view them as essential components of growth. Life is filled with hurdles, and often we find ourselves facing situations that seem to block our progress. However, Marcus Aurelius urges us to embrace these very challenges, suggesting that the obstacles we encounter can actually propel us forward. Instead of asking, "Why me?" when difficulties arise, the Stoic approach would ask, "How can I use this challenge to grow?" By reframing our perspective, we unlock the power of obstacles to transform them into opportunities for self-improvement. In every difficulty, whether in our personal lives or our careers, lies a lesson waiting to be learned. Each challenge we overcome sharpens our ability to handle the next one. The path to success is rarely straight, and often it's the adversity we face that helps us refine the skills, mindset, and resilience needed to achieve our long-term goals. When faced with a roadblock, we have the choice to let it defeat us or to use it as a stepping stone toward progress. Every time we overcome an obstacle, we gain a bit more wisdom and strength. By consistently applying this mindset, you'll find that obstacles no longer seem insurmountable. Instead, they become stepping stones, helping you build the resilience necessary to navigate life's ups and downs. Whether it's in your personal relationships, career, or self-growth journey, challenges will continue to arise. But remember, it's not the obstacle that defines you, but how you rise above it. The more you practice seeing impediments as opportunities, the more unstoppable you'll become. 5. If you're pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. Marcus Aurelius. This profound Stoic principle illuminates the power we hold over our emotional responses. According to Marcus Aurelius, emotional pain is not necessarily a direct result of external events, but instead stems from how we interpret those events. When something happens that triggers distress, such as criticism or rejection, it's not the event itself that causes the pain. It's how we choose to process and judge it. For example, if someone offers negative feedback, the discomfort we feel isn't rooted in their words, but in our interpretation of those words. A change in perspective can significantly lessen the emotional impact of the situation. This Stoic practice empowers us to reclaim control over our emotional reactions. By consciously altering our judgment of a situation, we could transform its emotional consequences. This shift allows us to detach from knee-jerk emotional responses and choose a more rational, calm reaction. The idea is to move beyond the impulse of immediate emotion and engage with situations more thoughtfully. In doing so, we reclaim our emotional sovereignty and break free from the reactive state that often governs our responses. Mastering this art of judgment doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, we begin to cultivate emotional resilience. By recognizing that we hold the power to shape our reactions, we create a strong foundation for emotional control. This practice helps us approach life's challenges more calmly and effectively, allowing us to navigate even the toughest situations with clarity and composure. These 5 Stoic principles offer powerful strategies for mastering emotional control and resilience. By shifting your perspective, eliminating unnecessary suffering, and embracing obstacles, you can build emotional strength that helps you navigate life's challenges with ease. Remember, emotional control is not about suppressing your feelings, but about choosing how you respond to them. Which of these Stoic principles do you find most valuable? How can you implement them in your life to build emotional strength? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on building emotional control and achieving lasting success. Stay strong, stay focused, and we'll see you in the next video.